Hey there, I'm Ben Butler, and you are you, and that must mean that this is a PRSA New Pros New Member Spotlight. Currently the founder and head of client success at Top Hat IMC. We're a 5-person boutique integrated marketing communications agency in Pittsburgh, and that's also where I currently reside. Stanley Cup champions, baby, yeah! I first got involved with PRSA as a natural extension of my PRSSA journey. It was the natural stepping point as that next place in the journey to continue growing. My favorite thing about being a new pro. I love this question. I would have to say that the ability to experiment, to take risks, to explore, to discover new things is my favorite part. As new pros, as young people, we have that ability to change what we're doing very rapidly, to take a new career path, to try different industry, to try corporate and then agency, followed by you name it. And so just there aren't a lot of consequences to those risks because again, we're new pros, we're just getting started, we're trying new things, and so that element of being able to take those calculated risks to try those new experiences out has always been my favorite part of this stage, these golden years, so to speak. My favorite thing about PRSA. That's another really good question. I've been part of countless, you name it, I've been a part of it, professional organizations over the years. And there's always been one thing that's really stood out to me about PRSA, and that's the community aspect. It's truly one of a kind. I mean, I've never been part of an organization, I hear it from fellow members all the time, never been part of an organization where people rally around each other as much as we do in PRSA, just supporting each other, giving advice, fast friends. It's just a truly one of a kind community, and it's truly incredible. Best career tip I've received comes from my dad, who's a fellow entrepreneur, and he's been doing it for a lot longer than I have. And his advice to me has always been when nothing else works, work works. And basically, it's just when things are looking a little bleak, or when things aren't exactly the way that you want them to be, just keep going, keep putting your nose to the grindstone. Don't ever quit, don't ever stop, and eventually you'll see that breakthrough. So far, it's proven to be true, so it's good advice. Best advice I can give to new pros. Well, this in 50 cents might get you a half a Starbucks, but my mantra has always been success comes from exposure. And basically, going back to an earlier question, being a new pro, and the best part of that is being able to experiment, to explore, to discover. Well, I think that's really fundamental in a foundational building block of a successful career, but also being a successful and happy person by exploring, by getting exposed to new industries, new people, new experiences, both good and bad. Not only will you find your passion, but you'll be better for it. You'll be more knowledgeable and you have more perspective, which will definitely come in handy as you continue to go on. What I'm reading currently, blog wise, big fan of the Tim Ferriss podcast, and so his blog, The 4 Hour Work Week, Culprit, which is put on by Ron Culp, great advice there. The Do Inbound Learning Center as an organization I was a part of, some really good agency advice there. Uh, get ready for this one, the Middle Finger Project. Before you shut down this video, the Middle Finger Project is just a blog for agency folk and freelancers and people of that nature. It just provides client relations tips, how to better run your agency, just a lot of really hard hitting, brutally honest advice there, which is awesome. And speaking of brutally honest, I really like Jessica Lawler's Get Gutsy blog, and just some of the things that she's writing about now and her experiences that she's detailing. A lot of learning lessons there, a lot of really interesting things. Of course, my man Jason Malika's blog, The One Guy's Journey. It's a great commentary on a variety of industry topics and things of that nature. So it's another good read that you should check out. To keep growing professionally, my biggest thing has always been to have mentors in my life, and that's where I've honestly moved, really learned the most from over the years. Especially, I mentioned my dad earlier. He's been a source. He's way down the road, so it's important, in my opinion, to have mentors who are 30 years ahead of you in different industries, in the same industry. But it's also important to have people who are just a couple steps, maybe 3 or 4 steps ahead of you, and that's where I often find some of the biggest learning lessons, and as I call them, nuggets of information and wisdom that have really transformed and helped me. And so I really lean a lot into my mentors to continue growing professionally. In my spare time, that's a good question. What spare time? Just kidding. Uh, Big beer drinker, big craft beer fan. If there's a craft beer event going in or around the city, I'm there. If there's a new brewery, I'm there. Just really trying to try as many different craft beers as I possibly can. Luckily, there's more than you can count or experience in one lifetime. And I also like to go running. So beer and running, not necessarily in that order. It's a bad combination. Currently reading Startup Land. It's by the founders of Zendesk. If you don't know what Zendesk is, you should definitely check it out. That's really irrelevant to the book. It's detailing the perils. It's this epic story about these 3 guys who started this company and all the challenges that they went through. You don't have to be starting a company to enjoy it. There's a lot of learning lessons about life and career in there, and it's just a really great read. Geez, in 5 years. In 5 years, I guess I hope to be continuously happy. Sounds very cliche. I'm not really sure what the future will hold. Again, since I live by that mantra of success comes from exposure, we'll see where the wind takes me. And hopefully, the only thing I can really hope for is that I'm happy. To all those who are watching, both new pros and random strangers, I raise my mug to you.